Well, it's William here. I'm on the beautiful island of Koh Samet, which is about 2 hours drive south of Bangkok. And after the drive, you just have to get onto a speedboat, and the island is 10 minutes away from the mainland. And it is absolutely brilliant. Look at this backdrop I have here. Our room is lovely and big, and it's a few seconds from the beach. In fact, Samet is really not as well known internationally as somewhere like Phuket or Koh Samui. It's like a sort of well-kept secret by the people from Bangkok who love to come down for the weekend. So I'm going to look now at Dimash singing a song called Adagio. It's from the competition in China, The Singer, 2017, that made him very famous. And a lot of people have said to me I should look at it. Now, Adagio means slowly in Italian, but it's also a musical term to suggest what speed you might play a piece of music. There are a few famous adagios. One is the G minor Adagio for organ and strings by Tommaso Albinoni. Albinoni's dates are 1671 to 1751. And they are rather similar to J.S. Bach, who was 1685 to 1750, and Handel was 1685 to 1759. So he was right in the middle of that Baroque period. Now, I do know that the Adagio that I'm about to watch is based on the Albinoni. But if you stick around a bit longer, I'm going to tell you something about Albinoni's Adagio you may not even know. We're now going all the way back to 2017, a very young Dimash singing on Chinese television and creating that sensation that has now gone down as something of a legend. He starts off on the piano, and there is a credit for Lara Fabian. And I will tell you why, but not just at this moment. A minor, not G minor.
I don't know where to find you.
Oh, it's in English. I don't know why I didn't expect that.
I don't know how to reach you.
I love when he sings in English.
I hear your voice in the way.
Oh,
I feel you under my skin.
okay.
Within my heart and my soul, I wait for you.
That's the title.
How did I without you? All of my dreams surround you. I see any touch of pain.
God, his voice is so high.
I'll fall into your embrace. When the time is out, I know you'll be my arms. Adagio. Close my eyes and then away. But it won't be today. I won't suffer. I won't suffer. Nothing more to explain. I know I've got remedies. It's another place.
Okay, there's a key change there. I'm going to stop. Once you get onto this, it's like getting onto those walkways in the airport. Once you're on it, you can't get off it, and then it starts to go faster and faster. And then you're starting to run with it, because if you don't, you'll fall. Dimash, when he sings this, has this ability to pull you into where he's going, and you can't resist it. Add to that, like, these semitone changes of the key. It is more than that. It's this charisma that he has when he sings. I feel like he sings as though it's the last song that he's ever going to get to sing on this planet. Adagio. It's not the name of a person. No, I don't think so. I think he's saying slowly, but it's kept in Italian. Ah, you may tell me otherwise. But the Adagio of Albinoni is a very famous Baroque piece of music. Tommaso Albinoni is a freelance music composer. And he wrote quite a lot of operas. He wrote a lot of chamber music. There was a musicologist called Remo Giazzotto, professor of history music at the University of Florence. In 1958, if I'm not wrong, he had discovered a fragment of Tommaso Albinoni at the Dresden Library. Now, he said that the fragment had some of the melody and some of the bass line. The bass line is significant because bass line really drives this piece. He filled in the rest and orchestrated it into what sounds, I've always thought, doesn't sound in the least bit like a Baroque piece of music. It sounds like classical pastiche or Baroque pastiche. There are thousands of recordings of the Albinoni Adagio. If I could compare it to anything, I would compare it most of all to Morricone. If you think of Gabriel's oboe from the film The Mission, it's like a Baroque pastiche also. It's got the harpsichord, which is a very Baroque instrument. Isn't it interesting that Gabriel's oboe became Nella Fantasia? That is what we're listening to here. Baroque piece of music that is not from the Baroque period, and the words were written by Laura Fabian and her partner at that time, a romantic partner too, It actually is amazing. Most of the time it's around C5, D5, E5, and particularly F5. The last notes are an octave higher than that, which is a D6. But what's interesting is that he sings a lot of it in that pharyngeal voice, and he doesn't sing any of it in his baritone voice, and he only sings the last two notes in his head voice. So he spends most of the time in this, which I actually think is sort of like the kind of rock belt part of his voice, and I like it when it's incredibly thrilling when he does that. I think he sings on a lot of support from here. See, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need a lot of support in this area here. That means you have to control with these intercostal muscles, and you have to make sure that you don't get tense in the throat, because if you do, everything will start to squeeze and you could crack. He doesn't crack because he's supporting from here and allowing the breath to only come out very, very, very slowly. And this is relaxed and this is open. And then he slices with the thinner parts of his vocal cords to get this upper pharyngeal voice. And it's so exciting because everybody goes completely crazy when they watch it, because just when you think he can't go higher, well, he does. And then at the very end, he just throws it up there into the stratospheres with two beautiful, beautiful head notes. It's really interesting how music can get this life of its own. I wonder, did Al Benoni ever write this falling phrase? Da 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 dum, dum da 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 dum. It's a sequence. There's nothing to it really, is it? Just a falling sequence, and then it turns into this enormously famous piece of instrumental music called a Baroque piece of music, and then it turns into this gigantic song where a singer like Dimash can literally embody with his talent and with his emotional gifts. The power of music is something else, isn't it? As always, this musical journey with Dimash is fascinating and wonderful to be able to share. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for subscribing. I love your comments, even the ones that are telling me when I'm wrong, because this interaction and engagement around the world is really exciting, because it's all based on love and talent and music and things that matter. Thanks for watching. Bye.